Ugh. Okay. I actually didn't want to update this world to the new update. I wanted to keep it 16.2. But apparently I must have misclicked or something because it seems to be updated, so I guess we're playing it on current. So no shaders, just a raw look at, whoa, the moon. Um, oh. Oh yeah, okay. I'm remembering now that there's actually quite a lot to show. Maybe I should have like started the world ahead of time, so I would have been in kind of the right spot. We'll get to this area. So this is gonna be my 2021 Minecraft World Tour. I'll just cut to when I get to the right spot. Ugh. Ugh. Okay. So here we are. This is You Like Obama? I mean, that's the name of the world, but I guess it could be referred to as the Enderman world, or maybe the what the fuck was that damage my guy world. This is the world in which a famous Minecraft meme sprouted from in July of, well, actually I don't think it was July, I think it was May of 2019.
What the fuck was that damage, my guy? Oh! Oh!
About a couple years ago now, actually. So this is that world, and I am its holder. And so I guess we're gonna go through kind of a walk around. I have done some kind of cinematic walking around this map, and I don't know where that recording is, but that was actually meant for some rant video that I was gonna do last year, but I don't know what happened to that footage, and I kind of don't really care about what I was talking about anymore. So I guess we can kind of do it a little bit, I don't know. I'll try and cover everything. And we're also going to cover my world that I have on my friend's server, my friend Coasty, since I've also been streaming that. So basically this world was started in, let's see. Well, actually I don't think there's a way to tell. No, there's definitely a way to tell, but I don't know what it is. I don't know. I can show you my stats right off the bat. Just let's see, how many hours have I spent in this world? I don't remember. It should be a little while. I don't think it's over 1,000 hours. Time played 13 days. Yeah, that's definitely not even close to 1,000 hours. I think that's around 400 or 500 hours. But that's still quite a bit. Who really cares about this? I have killed 74 bat. There you have it. Actually kind of seems like not much when you really look at it. For all the time played. So this is my house. This is actually literally, I believe this is basically my spawn. I believe I spawned into this world. I don't think I streamed the creation of this world, but I was about to mention, I should mention that about 99% of this world has been streamed. Just about everything there is on this world that you'll see has been tampered with live. Unfortunately, Twitch is a bitch and they mute my VODs. Otherwise, I would argue that it might be worth it to upload every single VOD that comes from this world. But unfortunately, there's a lot of muted segments throughout the years that I streamed the progression on this. And unfortunately, you can't view the VODs anyway, which I don't know why you'd want to. I mean, I'm sure nobody really does. But, anyway. Whoops. Anyway, you can't anyway because they are no longer public because of Twitch's amazing... Well, it's not really Twitch's... Well, it's kind of Twitch's fault, but Twitch's amazing copyright system. Anyway. So, when I started this world, one of the first things I started was this old melon manch. Or this melon strip. This melon farm, whatever you want to call it. The infinite melon spawn. Which of course isn't infinite. We'll get to that. And here's the abode. Wasn't always this beautiful and chaotic and turbulent, but it was. It's funny, I never really extended it except vertically. It's a very strange house. I'll give you kind of a walk around. Well, I guess I could do that now. Why not? I don't know if I'm going to be including cinematics. I don't know how much effort I'm really going to put into this, but kind of a walk around. We'll get around. I'll explain everything, what everything is, I guess. Whatever can be explained. Oh, I blocked that off. Whoops. Should at least put a gate there. Yeah, this world is nowhere close to being finished. I mean, is a Minecraft world ever finished? Is the world ever finished? So this is what you see when you walk in. You see one of my dogs. Apparently. Got a little... I use this door a lot. One of my best ideas was to just have a quick... And I didn't even put the pressure plate down until probably the first year. Anyways, we got some chests here. Random shit. I mean, the bottom chests are ironically the least important chests. I just put random shit in here. This used to be absolutely full of flesh, and I recently just threw it all into the incinerator because I realized that potions can probably be made with it, but I don't know. I don't do any alchemy or potion brewing in this game, so alchemy. So I have no use for most of the shit in here because I don't explore the game that far. So I just, I play this game. I just like building. That's all I like. We got our green tops. I don't really know that these are actually in the right order because creepers have come in here and exploded multiple times, so you don't really know which green top is actually the first green top because I'm not sure if I take them in the right order, or, you wouldn't really get it unless you were there, so I don't know what to tell you other than to just say the first green top I got ever is probably somewhere here. And then I tried to further my collection, and kind of retired the project. So we got some random food here. This is my first food chest. A lot of the stuff, you know, I never even touch because most important stuff is up above, and this is just the area that I started in, so I don't really use a lot of this stuff. I don't find myself coming down here except to leave. So we got some food, miscellaneous, just random food. This is a chest for my melons. This is another chest for my melons, but my melons are usually kept here, closest to where they'll get processed into full melons. Rather than slices, or from slices to full melons. We got some dirt. This is a dirt chest, which is currently empty. Infinite water source, of course. Getting some pups. Here we have the basement. I feel like I don't really know. I guess it doesn't matter where I go. We can check out the basement. There's probably more to see up top than there is the basement. So, off to our left in the basement we have a hollow melon, which I kind of wanted to start a project here that I didn't. Maybe I should work on that soon. But when I started this world, it was a plains biome, and I wanted everything to be flat, so I decided I didn't think it really made much sense to cover it all, you know, solidly, so I just kind of cover the top-ish, I believe, maybe a few layers of the top to make it a flat ground. And so it left the ground underneath hollow, and I don't know why I remembered that, but I decided at some point, hey, since that ground's still hollow, maybe I could do something with it. So I will eventually do something with it. But for now, it's just a hollow melon hallway that leads into a melon, giant melon. In here we have kind of a Super Mario 64 Dire Docks. Is that the level? Area. It comes out into my backyard again. So we kind of seen, oh, and there's a little air pocket here just in case I'm being stupid and almost run out of air. I can pop my head through real quick and just breathe. Just let Arnold breathe for a minute there, you know. So over here, I'm not sure why this is cut out. I don't know entirely. Over here we have, this is one of the most recent things I worked on, was kind of accenting this area a bit. This is my melon farm. Beautiful little number. Recently it got fucked up and I had to go and repair the tracks, which is why these are here, because I believe trapdoors can't get waterlogged, right? Let's hope. You can't see it really, but under here there is a bunch of tracks in which a powered rail that cart goes around with a chest, or a what would it be? Not a chest, a hopper goes and collects all of the melons, which I'm not sure why these melons are hovering. I'm not sure if they're supposed to be doing that. I don't remember. I think they're not supposed to be doing that. I don't remember how this works, or if this contraption still works. I guess a good way to know would be to kind of sit and watch it. Not today. So directly above this underground railroad, I call it, of melons, there is the next floor, which is the, of course, outside, ground level melon farm. Gets continued at each level, and I'm going to do it up to, not up to sky level, but you'll see where later. Now here I started a little bit of a taboo project and started an inactive pumpkin farm, which, like I said, is kind of a taboo project considering melons should be going here if I wanted to, but I'm gonna go a little lopsided, little different shoes, different socks type deal. So fuck you if you don't like it, you OCD prick. I'm sorry. So over here we have a kind of a dispenser where we get not an actual dispenser, but a dispenser in the terms of it gives me things. It gives me bone meal from a composter from the farm, which you've already seen a snippet of. Over here we have a second basement, a basement, or a basement, where we have. So I'm sorry if I'm popping in the microphone as well. I haven't had a lot of experience lately with a microphone close to my mouth, so I'm sorry if I'm popping a lot. It's just, it's something that's part of these videos. You gotta know it by now. But I noticed that in the first episode of my Let's Play, I was really kind of going hard on that popping. And I'll never get a pop filter, so you better get used to it. So, we have chest room, dirt, cobble. And I don't know why I decided the furnace, but it definitely looks cool. And I could store things if I want. I might add another layer to this basement. I don't know. It's all, as you can see, it's all connected by this kind of central base ladder that connects the entire house. Over here, I had a project. Oh, well, never mind to that project, I guess. I had a project over here that was supposed to be a villager, and I don't remember how it worked, but I think it had to do with varietizing enchants. I don't remember. But that's, I guess, a scrap project now. Anyway, moving on from the base. Should we go up the ladder, or what makes more sense? Let me think here for a sec. Do I go into the house? Okay, we're not done with the house, so let's go up the ladder here. So we're back. We arrived back here. We have my disc collection as well, which used to be chronologically laid out in the order that I received them, but unfortunately creepers have exploded that as well, and I don't think that they're chronologically accurate any longer. Second floor here we have my bedroom. Could take a nap. And nothing really to look at here other than this is the incineration area with a stone cutter and a grindstone. Nothing special. I come out here all the time, usually to pass by it and move over in that direction, which we'll talk about. So other than that, okay, this was supposed to be a sheep room. This is supposed to be a sheep farm, and as you can see, that we got the pigs below, which it looks like they're trying to get it on, but they must be malnourished. Over here, might as well get this out of the way. Very fitting. It is my guy himself, not the my guy. For those that know the lore or not of the meme, you've seen the clip, I probably put it up, and this is not the same Enderman. I did end up killing the original. And then I name tagged another in memory of him, and he wandered off that way many a year ago. And then I guess the next Enderman that gave me a weird look, I decided to capture him for, well, eternity until he dies. He has taken some damage here and there. I'm not sure if Endermen heal. I imagine they don't, so he's probably one hit. And I piss him off a lot because I nap right here and puts my cursor right near his eyes, and I end up looking at him a lot. So he's not exactly, we're not exactly best buds, but you know, he doesn't give anybody any trouble usually. Just kind of hangs out because he doesn't have any choice because he's my bitch. Learn it. Got a shulker, don't care. So this is the main area of my house. The main chest room where all the goods are kept. You can see we're low on diamonds. But I guess I'll go through it all and just show you what I got. Pause if you give a shit. I mean, it's just, you know, it's just 2.5 to 3 years of Minecraft. I mean, kind of maybe what you'd expect to see. Some coal. Food. Never really been good at keeping full food, but then again, when do you need it? TNT for a project I have upcoming, but I haven't found much use of it for that project, unfortunately. Little workstation. Over here I got kind of an observatory, glass style observatory, where we have the enchantment table in the library. Got my furnace wall, and that is not the last we'll be seeing of the furnace. A little exit here. I mean, I'm not going to go through every single little detail. If you did want like an in-depth video of the lore and everything I can remember, and all the little nits and grits and like every little object and sign and what it means and what it's for and what it's about, what it's referencing, then you could maybe ask, and someday you might get one. Here's a continuation of the Green Top collection that I decided to take elsewhere. I haven't done much with that. We have my rail station, to which I traverse the map. And here we have kind of a foreshadowing, which you've already seen the idea, but we have kind of a furnace enclosement here. And a ladder with, as you can see, is, yes, it is a furnace tower. A giant furnace, actually. Which is in reference to nothing, for the record. People like to think it may be, but, I mean, you can think that, but I think one day I just was feeling, you know, manic as usual, and I decided to just start sporadically placing furnaces, and then I think I just started building up, and then I just kept doing it, and it became a establishment of sorts. Come back down here, we got a little compartment, as well as a stairway. You can choose whatever I'm feeling, whatever makes sense, whatever feels efficient or desired. I like to have many access points. See, I haven't been doing a great job of lighting this area up, which brings me to my next locations. That leads to a spawner farm, and we have our floors of melon farms continued. We move up and up and up, and the goal is to get it to not sky level, but to the level of our ginormous melon platform that I've created. Sue me. So as you can see, the extra floors of the melon farm are underway, and they are pretty confidently yet to be finished. I don't actively work on this project because I have about enough melons, I mean, here to suffice me. It's actually maybe not as much as you might think, which is ironic and unfortunate, but it was all about the passion, man. All about the craziness. Of course, we have a continued melon kind of segment over here that also spans a few floors. As you can see, it kind of, I don't even know what happened here, but kind of interludes with the old observatory. And we got more melons going off in that direction. Got a major cactus biome that is also underway. That's a separate project we'll talk about. God, this is gonna be like an hour. Fucking A. I thought this was gonna be a lot faster. Second platform here, second story of the old. And, you know, plan to continue it. That's going on. So you get the idea. Melons spanning across in all four directions. And all 2 dimensions of height. We got a inactive farm here. I don't really have a use for farming anymore. I pretty much have what I need. Got a cow farm over here that sometimes I like to mess around with and try and see how many cows I can possibly fit in this fenced area. This is actually one of my later projects. Wasn't too long ago that I was actually working on this, which you could kind of see the evolution of if you were to watch back my streams, which you can't, sorry. But this was originally just a little red brick house that cut off right here, and now I added this segment to it and added a proper roof and a proper-ish backyard, which actually looks quite nice. I like it. I don't remember what I was going to do here, but it's kind of oh, I think it's going to be a bridge. Yeah. Yep. And we kind of got off the beaten path here. Kind of all over the place. Maybe I should have had like a blueprint for where I was going to go. But we'll get to it all. So of course we have chicken farm here. I mean, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it for the main house. Got the farms, got the melon. Then if we come over here to our left, or, well, we have our mine, of course. There's nothing in here, it's just a hallway that kept getting mobbed, so I decided to door it off finally. Here we have our main engine. Oh wow, I just realized that I doored this off as well. Oh wait, no, this is doored off. I'm stupid. Here we have our entrance. Pretty much our only entrance to the, what would you call it? I want to use a proud word here. I don't know a good word. I was gonna use a like a movie type word that it's like infamous or award winning, but just a big platform that took an absurd amount of time, as well as the continued kind of hellscape, psychedelic hellscape of the giant furnace. As you can see, each floor, each kind of maneuverable level of the furnace has floors which contain more melons that I actually forget about the existence of quite often. We can actually venture over. This might be a good segue of sorts. We can venture over here and see. Geez, longer than I remember. Longer than I thought. You'd think I'd know. I made it. So we can venture over this way. You might think this is infinite, but it isn't. Although I wish it was. And we can find a, oh god, let's not die here. Get pushed off or something. Where is the, oh shit. So we have here a little side project, which I'm not really going to talk about, because it might actually develop someday and become a thing. Then this is kind of some random, I don't know why I did this. See, a lot of things in this world kind of start out with a purpose that's very obscure, and then things happen and it gets even more obscure, and then it just becomes mindless. And sometimes I go over there and I just continue that little square area and just sit there and think about how did it come to this. So we have a little kind of straight pathway, narrow little pathway back to the house here, as you can see. You can see the whole turbulent mess, and it's chaos all in its glory. So this way over here we have, I would take the railway, but it'll be loud, and you can't really stop to see what goes on. Actually, you can, because I made it that way. I forgot. There's so much to see. I don't even know why I didn't decide to do this. I regret it. Okay, so I think this will go on the main channel as well. Why not? Over here. We have a I forget what these fucking things are even called. Just like a illager hideout or whatever. Got a little room I started to make here. I'm actually quite surprised that there aren't any in here. Kind of forget how this works or what I did. But I should have known that this is actually a weird decision to make, considering they can still spawn in here, I believe. But apparently none are in here. I think I was, yeah, that had this actually ties into the project I was working on with the stand or whatever it's called, the podium, and I had a villager in there that apparently vanished. I think I was trying to breed more villagers and get them to have varietal, whatever you call it, enchants or whatever things that they sell you. Anyway, continue on here. I'd have to edit down the volume. I don't know. So you continue along here. Keep it going. And then we arrive at one of my more favorite parts of the map. If you're a viewer at all, you would know that this, well, you might know, probably not. I don't think anyone really pays attention that fucking much, but there was that L that I made. I don't know when the fuck I did that. I think that was on one of the first days, actually, that I had this world. I just realized I could build sugarcane to infinite height, and there was no limit to it, so I just somehow built up and made that L. And if you're a adamant viewer, you would know that sugarcane actually got knocked over, and it took me months to finally get around to placing the sugarcane back so it looked complete again. This is one of my more favorite parts of the map, and one of the way more undeveloped parts. We have a little transport thing going on here, which actually never made a way down, but that's the idea. You'll see. So we have a little water vader here. Can take it on up, see what we got. So you might have seen there if you looked closely, but there's actually some doorways I forgot I placed, which I don't believe they're doorways that are used for access through the water vader. They're actually doorways that are used from within the giant hollow mountain. I decided that it would be a fun idea to try and hollow out an entire mountain and make it livable. Once again, another project where I thought it would require ominous amounts of TNT, and it basically does, and I don't have that. And so it became one of those projects where when I get bored, I mindlessly come over here and just hand mine it all, and pretty much all of this so far has been hand mined. And can help it out right now. There you go. So you come back up. Have a little hideout here actually that I totally forgot about. Maybe I should do something with it. I don't know. Cute little hideout. I think I meant to connect it to the next floor down there. That pig. I wonder if that's the pig I think it is. We'll visit him in a sec. Got a little chill room here with a nice view, I'm sure, that you can't see because of my render distance. With shaders and a nice render distance and the sunrise, and it's a good view, I'm sure. Okay, this isn't the pig I thought. Well, move, pig. I did name tag a pig once and left him to wander around here, and I guess he must have dipped on out at some point. I'm sure he's around somewhere. Okay, so here we have our drop down. Ooh, get butterflies. And then, you know, we want to go back up. It's the same exact block. We just go right back up. So I can access it from both sides of the mountain. We have a spawner here that I apparently closed off and forgot about. It's right here. I was going to make that my first farm, but somehow I ended up not. Here, wow, that's weird that I decided to close off this area. But here, there's the railroad actually goes underground. Huh. Or maybe, or does it? Yeah, so I don't know. We have a little underground railroad action here for a project that I'm not going to bother walking down. We'll call it an aqua base that I intend to work on someday, I hope. So here we have this, as you can see, if this looks familiar. Well, actually, you know, if you go up, you can see this is supposed to be where the basement would be on the same level of. And as you can see, progress has thinned out when you come out this far for the old melon manufacturing. And as such, is the same with this floor and probably the floor above, and so on. So things kind of thin out over when you get out far enough. This does not stretch entirely across the ocean. Actually, it does. I'm pretty sure it does. Oh, and actually, that reminds me. there is a part here. Come on, little Dolphy. Where are you? You wanna... Which way are we going? The wrong way. Supposed to be going this way. This way is the... No, come back. Where is he? Dolphy! Come on, Delphine. What the fuck? He just vanished. Oh boy. Whatever. This way, if you come swim far enough, you eventually reach, which I'm not even gonna bother going up there. Come here, buddy. Come here, buddy. No? They seem to be not as excited to pull you along as they used to be. Anyway, you come on over here and you have a creeper spawner, creeper farm that I attempted, which actually worked about as well as it would, but I believe pretty quickly it stopped working for some reason. I think it must have been some update, I don't know. I haven't really spent a lot of time there, but that was for the TNT requiring project that I had. So, you can swim on back. Sorry I didn't even really give you a good look at that, but there's really... I wonder if... maybe I can see it from here. Yeah, you can see that. I can see the smoke. Yeah, you can kind of see it. There's really nothing to see. I don't know what that flaming shit is, actually. I don't know what that is. It would be concerning. Something's on fire. What was I at? 11? I don't know. I don't really care about render distance. I usually keep it pretty low. Okay, so swim on back. There you go. There's the old, that's kind of it for this side of the map. Now I guess on our way back we can walk it, we can hoof it instead of taking the old cart, considering there's something to kind of show here, which you may have been curious about, is the, let's pull on up to it. We got the, this here, which is the soon to be, not very soon I'm sure, but the Project Cacti, and in which we have here a soon to be biome filled just wall to wall with only cacti. Every spot where a cacti can be placed, it shall be placed. That's the goal here. That's the mindset. So as you can see, we're almost to the first little river here, which I plan to either hollow it out with just sponge or something, or just place sand across, or put sand in checkerboard pattern and just cross it. And the biome ends quite a ways down, and it's going to be very absurd trying to place so many cacti on the mountains. I know it's going to be a real bitch. I know this flatland has been a bitch in itself. And we have arrived here back at the we'll call it that being north, the eastern I don't know, but the eastern fucking melon strip, which there's nothing to see over that way. There's nothing to see. It's just a village that has been pillaged. So nothing to see there. Here was a project, a little experiment before I made my my melon farm. I made it outdoors first, so once I figured out how to make it, I knew I could put it underground in a nice compact location that I would be central to most of the time, so that it wouldn't stop the process. Considering that I was not near it, I would be near it if it were under me, and thus has been the case. So we have a massive pit that I think the goal of this was to try and make a natural ginormous pit all the way down to bedrock. Natural meaning I didn't tamper with it. All I did was walk around in this area, and when creepers or any exploding things found their way over to me when I happened to be in this area, it would explode the turf, and eventually, with enough explosions, would eventually lead me down to bedrock, which would create a massive pit in the ground. So we didn't get very far, as you can see. In fact, I think I actually started on patching the hole up, because I think that it kind of just reeks of stupidity as an idea that I don't really care about anymore, so like the rest of this world. Anyway, over that way, once again, nothing special that way. It's just actually there's pretty much absolutely nothing that way. There are some parts of this world that I pretty much can't show you. I mean, I can show you them if I try hard enough, but there are some parts of this world that you're gonna miss. Unless you were there. If you were there, then be proud. So that's actually it. That's it for, yeah, that's it for this area. Then we have the mine. Let me grab some food. The mine, next stop, the mine. The mine is probably pretty much the moment you've all been waiting for. Maybe. I don't know what kind of no-life you are, but this mine is the mine. Remains mostly the same. Here lies, I believe I actually went back and looked at the exact block that our beloved My Guy was murdered in, and created a little memorial for him, so that whenever I walk these stairs, I have to see the malice that I've instilled upon this good world, which is the well, you know. So here we have a little ravine. Sometimes I jump down there. With the shader, it actually looks like there's no water. Kind of freaks me out sometimes to jump. So I don't really jump down there anymore. Out of pure notness. So we have a little mine here. Strip mine goes down. And then we have a little open space. We'll talk about that. Then we come down this way. Another mine. Strip mine goes down. Found a fair bit of diamonds over in this area. So then we come down to the bottom, where we can get a look at that fateful day. That stairway. That stairway. Most of it has remained quite the same. The cat, I believe, has moved, but it's moved about a whopping block. It has barely moved, but I believe the cat was in a different location, but it has moved slightly. We have a slime farm here. If you didn't know, the simplest slime farm is one of just great space. So there you have it. A few floors of that. Probably bring it all the way up to ground level, right under it. Which, I think that was part of the intention of the natural pit, was to eventually have the two meet, but of course the pit would be like way over that way, and I'm way over here, because you get kind of diluted when you come down diagonally and realize that you're actually like 50 or so, maybe 100 blocks over when you reach such a depth, but you think you're still maybe right under your house, but it's not true, bud. Hate to break it to you, bud. So over here we have a continued strip. Just everywhere you look, there's stripping. Strippers everywhere. Can't get rid of them. Got some diamond marked hallways. I like to save my diamonds. You know, I find them, I mark the hallways, and then I go about my business until I find enough. Actually, I like to pester my viewers about it. I like to find diamonds and not even acknowledge them at all. Just go mine right around them, and even if I have to go out of my way, and my really stupid viewers are like,
"Oh, you just went right past diamonds, you idiot."
and I'm just like, what? I didn't see any. And then, you know, probably a few days of mining can go by before I decide to actually collect them all up, and then I have an abundance. Not much to see. There's some mine shafts over that way, spawner over that way. Nothing over that way. So, yeah, that about covers it. A lot of strips and a lot of long coalescing hallways. So now we get on to an interesting bit. Since I don't know what these fuckers are, but they can open doors, and that's crazy. I have had a few moments in the Nether, although I don't spend a lot of my time here, to be frank. But I have had quite a few interesting clips and moments from the old Nether. It pretty much remains untouched. Had a little makeshift farm going over here where I'd just kind of come over and sit right over here, aggro one of the pigmen, and then just kind of clobber away at them for probably a half an hour, get you to level 30 or whatever I so desired. A lot of people were pointing out that I was a very high level 61, I believe, or 60, during the clip, and that is because I don't like to spend levels. I like to just save them up. When I play games, if I can do it, even if it's a risk, I like to keep an abundance of everything. I like to wait a long time before I can do things, so that it's much more satisfying when I finally do them. I like to collect things, save things up, and just let it flow. Okay, so here is kind of a crossroads of sorts. This chest kind of loosely resembles a convergence of worlds. So at some point a couple of years ago, I decided that I had had enough of my world, and I was kind of bored at looking at it, and there were no projects that I had ongoing that were interesting me, and I still wanted to play, so I thought I should just start a new world. And then I thought, wait, no, I don't have to do that because worlds are virtually infinite. So what I did was I dropped everything except my armor, I think. Maybe I even dropped my armor, I don't know. And placed it all in a chest. Not this chest, but one at my home. And I walked a few, half a dozen thousand blocks in a bunch of different directions, and eventually ended up at the place that we're going to go to now. So this chest kind of resembles ownership of items from that world, although things have probably gotten mixed between worlds. When I decide to come back to the my guy area, the realm of my guy, when I enter his turf, I like to be carrying objects of that area, so it doesn't feel like I'm just bringing resources over. The whole point was to start fresh in a new world. so fresh I did start. Just a stroll over here and we find ourselves another portal, which I think this might actually stand for something. Let's find out. I really don't know. I don't remember where this portal leads to. If it leads to where I think, I would be really happy. Okay, no, it doesn't lead where I thought. I'm not very happy about this. This leads to the end area. Don't give a shit about the end. Don't care about the end. So yeah, there's nothing going on in the end for me as well. Speaking of, there's nothing to see there. Although that's an interesting idea. I don't spend a lot of time in the end because it freaks me out and it feels too dangerous for me. And I don't care about, you know, progression in this game anyway. Ooh, feisty. Anyway, so yeah, I just like to spend a lot of my time building and creating in this game. Maybe that's why this world's so big and creative and insane. As we hoof it on over through bridges and hallways and whatnot. Don't worry, we're almost there. I was actually going to wait another year before I did. I mean, this is a recent thought development, but I was thinking I would do the world tour now and then wait another year and do another one to put up on my main channel. But it looks like this is going to go up on this channel as well as the main. And for those of you folks on the main who will inevitably be viewing this and probably won't bother to sit through this entire thing, firstly, you can't hear me because you got bored, and secondly, you don't know what I'm talking about because I have another channel that you don't know about. Look at me with the high ground. Speaking of the high ground, we're here. This is my second world, as I like to call it. I haven't named it yet, but the reason why I even bring that up is because I just now named the other realm the My Guy realm. So I'll have to come up with a name for this one. Nothing special to see in the mine, which that isn't really the mine, that's actually a planned living space. But it was discovered through a mine. Nothing over there, more interesting areas, I guess, that you won't see, so prepare to be uninterested. A bedrock down there, a little crafting station down there, nothing special. Come up here. Now mind you, this world is infinitely less developed. This is, if anything, much more of a work in progress than the old My Guy realm. So you come up here, crafting station and small chest room that I quickly realized was way much too small. And we'll talk about that in a few. Come up here. This is supposed to be a second floor of the chest room. Haven't got around to it yet. Now we're at the top floor of the chest room, which means no chest room. We're at my room. This is my room. This is where I sweep. This is where I sweep pick. Some random shit. Nope, no one cares. Nobody cares. Then we have a few floors of this, which I plan to do I don't know what with. Then we come up on the top, and we have a view of the rest of this small area that I've inhabited thus far. We'll start. Start over here. This part is so developed that I don't even have a proper pathway to it yet. It's just a monotonous mountain you have to traverse the range of to get to this area, which is supposed to be just kind of a island platform type deal. Over here we have my underdeveloped breast room. Nothing going on in there yet. Maybe I should have waited that year. The thing is I'm not really interested in Minecraft right now, yet I'm doing a series. So I figure why not collect all the information, review, because I doubt I'm going to be playing this world much within the near future. So I don't know what this area is bound to be. I imagine I'll probably put kind of a cute roof to connect to this. Maybe I'll connect that to that mountain or that mountain. Just hallways, random things. Maybe I'll make more floors. Look at all these ideas I have and no balls to back up the talk. Here we have a former garden area. I don't understand what it is that I was doing. I just guess I wanted to mix things up. This is the peak of my mental decline. You have to understand that this world I've spent so much time sulking and being insane and acting like a starving artist on the streets, who is mentally deranged and can't grasp reality. What does this become? So, okay, these little patches here are a part of that insanity. I decided that why keep a farm altogether? Forget it. So I created all these patches, most of which are gone now, that carried random, sporadic crops, which, as you can see, has devolved back into a normal farm. I guess I got my grips a little bit. I came back to my senses, if you might. Over here, just a normal house with a cool attic that I like. This is going to be I don't know what this is going to be. Going to be the king under the mountain. Cool little loft area. I actually really like this house. I'm proud of it. Just a simple house. I'm not actually very good at making simple houses, so that's why I'm proud of it. That's probably my best house. A little bland, but probably the best house I've made, so you can understand how top tier of a builder I am. Here's, you know, we gotta do it since we did melons in the Ender realm, the My Guy realm. We had to actually convert over to pumpkins here, and maybe I'll do that one little off-sock melon farm somewhere here if I manage to find any melons. Oops. Just kidding. Didn't I don't know what these are doing here in my inventory. Blasphemous, I know. So you can come back up here. There's a little secret entrance over here somewhere. I don't know. But we'll go the morality route. The way it was meant to be. This area I'm actually pretty proud of. This little kind of hanging off the. I always wanted to do that, kind of just hanging from the mountain. Got pink sheep. Those are natural pink sheep, by the way. Over here, pink sheep cow farm. Just these little hovering or hanging platforms I really like. I wish they swayed with the mountain wind. So here I decided, or I think I did it by mistake, I realized I can just build up water as high as I want. So I don't know if I'm going to take that to the sky limit or what. I don't know what the fuck I was doing. Oh, I think the way that came about is I started this infinite kelp forest. You may not be able to see it, which I actually don't know why you can't see it, but there is kelp, and just about every single block growing within this area of the erected water. So it's planned to be a very dense kelp forest for no fucking reason. That's just about the idea, as per usual. So you can come down here. What a clusterfuck. This is absurd. Like if you had like a proper OCD fucking dude, he'd probably like pull out a gun and blow his fucking brains out. So upon seeing this world, we have our farm here, of course. Don't really know what the plans are here yet. Just extending things, whatnot. No big deal, nothing to see there. Can come over here and got a little underground section that leads back to the cottage. And yeah. So that's actually about it. I thought I had more to show just then, but I don't. So now I'll leave you to the rest. That's it. I hope I covered everything. It's all up to you now. And work hard and don't give up. Thanks for watching. Hope you found it interesting, I guess. If you didn't, that's never been a care of mine, I suppose, within the grand scheme of it all. Hence the destruction, the slow deterioration of the morality of this Minecraft world. So, people have requested the seed to this world. And I am not going to release it. I just made that decision just now. Because it's been asked me before and I said no for whatever reason, but I'm not going to release it. But when I feel like this world is progressed enough to where it actually, wherever you look, it looks complete, then I'll release it, because then I'll feel like I've actually finally fulfilled the seed on my own, me personally. So I realize there's no, it's an artistic choice to not release the seed. I'm sure there's probably somebody that's listening like,
Oh, what the fuck? Why aren't you?
but why do you want it? Who cares? It's not like you're gonna get I could do a world download as well, but yeah, right. Yeah, it's just an artistic choice. I don't care to release the seed. This is one of the few things that has been truly my own. As insane as it is, as crazy as it is, as completely delusioned and manic and just monotonous as it is, this is all me. This is all me. I've done all this. And, there aren't many things in life that you can truly call your own. And this is one of those things where I have managed to keep this 100% me for its entire duration. I've done everything here. Everything you see here is every placed block, every processed block has been my doing, and I'm kind of keen to keep it that way. So take the seed and shove it right up your gooty hole. I really don't care that much. I'm just choosing to. I'm just actually lazy. So yeah. And speaking of, I don't know if there's any stats, but I'm sure it will show the seed here, but I'll blur it out because fuck you, loser. So any stats here that you might want to look at, there you go. I think it shows how many days have passed. I don't know where it shows that. Where does it say? I don't know. It says it's somewhere here. I'll have to look over in the editor and hide the seed just in case. Hide all the information except the days played. Suck on that. I thank you for coming along with me on this journey. I'm gonna head back to the my guy realm now and slumber there for a while longer while I rejuvenate and recollect my thoughts and sulk about the wonders of this terribly turbulent universe that we all reside in. It's been at first it was kind of absurd and tedious, but as I've been kind of talking and reviewing everything and kind of reminiscing about it all, it's been quite an enjoyment to review and do this tour for you all. I know no one asked for this. I know no one cares about this. I know no one's going to watch this. With that said, hope you enjoyed. Okay. This has been the old Spiff. This has been Garf. This has been Chimpy Jr. Stay Chimpin'. All the Keto. All the names that I've laid upon myself. Thank you again. Maybe I'll do another tour next year. I really don't know. Thanks again. And I guess I'll see you soon. Somehow, some way, somewhere, sometime.